So the so-called Prince Andrew, the younger brother of Prince Charles, has been arrested for questioning. Now, there's no doubt about it. This guy is guilty as guilty can be. The only reason why he's not put behind bars for the rest of his life is just the sheer corruption in the system of the fact that he's born into great wealth, great power. And whilst the royal family doesn't have direct power, they have a cultural legacy in the history of the British Isles, which obviously it's not deserved because I believe in a form of meritocracy. I believe in equality for everyone. The moment that you believe that people have a God-given right to rule or God-given right to riches, without even actually having any connection to God Himself or herself or itself. It just makes a mockery of religion, makes a mockery of any kind of society that based on equality or enlightenment principles. Prince Andrew, however, is but merely the tip of the most tiniest tip of the iceberg of all people who should be arrested. Um, People from, I believe, Alan Dershowitz, the very obvious immoral charlatan, in my mind. This is a man who defended O.J. Simpson, knowing that O.J. Simpson was guilty. He defended Jeffrey Epstein, knowing that Jeffrey Epstein was guilty, and also is implicated in the Epstein files. What's really interesting is that these people who are act with complete impunity, they are given still a platform on the TV. I believe that Alan Dershowitz is as guilty as Prince Andrew, but he's got the benefit of the doubt behind him because he is also one of the biggest Israel defenders. Now, here's an interesting fact. Donald Trump, also another guilty person who should be arrested in the same way that Alan Dershowitz should be arrested, as Prince Andrew was arrested. Donald Trump has been mentioned more times in the Epstein files than God has been mentioned in the Bible. Let that sink in. He's been mentioned more times in Epstein files than Harry Potter had been mentioned in all 7 or so books of the Harry Potter franchise. So give me a break about Donald Trump actually caring about releasing the files for the benefit of people finding out who the most villainous people, sex trafficking people are. He knows he's guilty. He's releasing it in a way that makes him look good, and redacting material, even though he's not doing a very good job of it. There is a lot of material out there which implicates him, or at least there's allegations, or but one too many allegations that from years and years back, and testimonies and emails that just suggest that Donald Trump definitely has a hand to play in the games of the PDF files. So, Alan Dershowitz, I believe, guilty as guilty can be. Donald Trump, also very guilty. And before going on to others, the reason why I mentioned Alan Dershowitz is that Alan Dershowitz had a very strong relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. He's also very much shown in all those photos with Jeffrey Epstein. In the same that Peter Mandelson, also another person who should be arrested. It's quite interesting that when you have these narcissistic people who only are in it from themselves, for them, nationhood doesn't matter, or at least in the case of Donald Trump, for him, caring about nations, about caring about capitalism. So he would obviously be in favor of Zionism when he will have the backing of Zionist billionaires, to support his campaigning. And when and obviously these people's narcissistic. So people like Alan Dershowitz, Jeffrey Epstein, even if they're born and live in the US, these people are obviously looking towards Israel as their ancestral land. Um, Obviously, there's no. It's not a coincidence that the sorts of people who are in support of a completely violent settler colonial state, and therefore have a worldview that is completely immoral, um, are are the sorts of people who would both be involved in Zionism and possible and very likely pedophilia. It's what happens when these people who feel like they're above everyone else. They are beyond the law, and they feel like they get a sense of satisfaction from exploitation of the vulnerable. These people are disconnected from emotion, from true empathy, and believe in power. Might makes right. In a way, these people are really weak because they seek power because they believe that they don't have power, and so they seek power from outside. Anyways, there's more psychology to this, but it Gabor Mate talks about how these complete broken individuals, or people who truly traumatized, they try and seek power by acquiring it, or dominating other people. It's a source of psychopathy in the end. Um, But all in all, Prince Andrew has been arrested, but I think he should be the first of many to go down. And in a perfect world, all these elitist, you know, whether the billionaires or these patriarchs, which I consider them all part of the parasite class. A new kind of coined term is the Epstein class. I think these are all part of the parasite class, and we need to call it out as such. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. That'd be very much appreciated. Thank you.